more than I can trust anyone in Kenya.
Thank you.
Because if they say you're not going to take anything by stealing, I know they will stick by that word. So if you say in places that these people are trying to, you know, they can volunteer to protect those votes or to help,
thank you.
We will do that.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. There is another lady behind there. We just allow everybody to speak. Yes.
And good evening, everybody. And I hope everybody here represents their communities, wherever we are in Kenya. I'm representing my community, and I really appreciate your hard work. Thank you, Your Excellency, the President. I believe you're already President. And my question is, and how will your government ensure that women will have an equal chance to make something useful, their lives? For example, any system that will be put in a place to celebrate women. For example, did you have any plan for women? Because from Northeastern.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. There is
His
another
Excellency, we will collect the questions and we send them to you through the chair so we can allow you to go for your next meeting.
No, let's allow the gentleman there who is lifting up his hand. He can say something.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My one is just an observation. Last year I was in Kenya. I run a security company, and I was looking for a car, the Probox. The car that I got was about 100 to 150 kilometers. And that's the newest car you can buy in Kenya. Here we have cars which are like 50,000 miles on the clock, and yet we are not allowed to take them to Kenya. So why are we having an age limit when you are importing and exporting cars? Can you, when you go to the State House, can you scrap that as well, please?
Okay. There is a lady there who has something to say. Yes, madam, the lady behind there. Give her a microphone. There is a lady behind there. Yes.
Thank you very much, Deputy President, for everything we've had. I think I'm persuaded to actually now move on. You've given us a manifesto that I think has made some of us that perhaps have been confused in the past to actually now really realize that we now need to follow a structured manifesto that can help all of us. But my question is about agriculture. How are you going to help the farmer back home with all these opportunities that are happening, whereby the Western world are looking at Africa as a world basket for food? And yet, our people are growing food at a very expensive, the production is very expensive, and they are not able to compete on the international market based on, you know, high cost of fertilizer and also just the labor. But above all, it's the market. How can we help our people to actually export what we are growing other than wasting a lot of food? Another question is about the borders are all open. So even when Mama Mboga is perhaps maybe have some tomatoes to sell, can actually not sell at a going price simply because Uganda is bringing in tomato that is costing like, you know, 10 shillings. So we find that there's a lot of impunity for our farmers in Kenya, and we are not able actually to break through. I don't know what your government is going to do to support that.
Thank you. I think let me start there. We have a whole program around farming, how to make sure we have subsidized fertilizer, how we remove brokers, how we eliminate cartels, how we make it possible for farmers to access the market minus all the distortions that happens in the manner in which you have suggested, that there must be deliberate market development of every value chain so that we can see from how you support the farmer to increase their productivity, how do you eliminate brokers, how do you remove cartels, and how do you make sure that farmer accesses their product to the market and get the best price they can. If you listen to me carefully, that is what I said will be the journey we will go with our farming community. The issue of cars and the aging cars and all that, that's a process that has to go with, it's a regional discussion. You know, we are members today of the East African community. And it is not a unilateral decision Kenya can make. And even if we can make that decision, there are so many other considerations that have to be put in place. The age of cars is also a big question. It is not possible for us to say any car can be imported to Kenya. It's not possible. You will end up in Kenya with scrap metal, you know? So there is a discussion, there is a discretion we cannot go beyond. And by the way, the decision to say 8 years, you cannot import to Kenya a car older than 8 years, is not a discussion, it's not a decision that was made just like that. There is a lot of scientific knowledge, scientific information, looking at best practice, looking what other countries are doing, so that you don't end up your country being a junkyard for old cars. You know, when somebody has no use for their car, they send it to Kenya. You know, so it is a delicate decision that we have to make. But I hear you. We can have that conversation going forward. We have a whole comprehensive, madam, we have a whole comprehensive issue about women. Women, we believe, form a very critical mass, not just of voters, but they also must be leaders. We are making it possible for as many women as possible to participate in our elections. In fact, the nomination fees that are being charged in all categories, women pay half what men pay. You know, because we want to make sure there are more women contesting for these elections. So we will continue to make it that much possible for women to participate. And for your information, we have taken the decision that any candidate who engages in violence against women will be disqualified automatically. You know, if anybody wants to fight, go and fight fellow men. If you must fight, yeah? But you cannot fight women. And we have made it categorical, and it is part of our regulations. So we are continuously creating the environment for women to participate in our leadership. And as you have heard me talking to that gentleman there, we will continue to make it a priority for affirmative action to be part of our campaign, so that we can have more women represented in leadership until the day we elect as many women as men. Before we get there, we must continue making it possible for women to participate in leadership. I think I am sorry we have to close it because we are already at 9 o'clock.
His Excellency.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. If you remain seated, because there is a small gift that His Excellency is about to receive, and we also remain seated so that he can be the first one to leave the building.